Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today is 121 days since my brother's been taken from my care, unlawfully kidnapped, human trafficked away, and not to be seen for the last 121 days. So today is, what's going on here? Today is Thursday, the 7th of October, sorry, the 7th of December 2023. Today is the 7th of December 2023, and I'm making another recording today. I was taken on the 8th of August 2023, 121 days, and I'm obviously psychologically being tortured and manipulated and put into a situation where there's very little I can do now. I'm ringing up the social workers, the solicitors. Everybody's colluding and conspiring. I'm ringing up the police. Nobody wants to hear me now. They've just taken my brother 121 days, 3 months, 4 months later, without any lawful cause to take him away from my care, simply because they need to win a case that they've been fraudulently handling on. And it's very, very disheartening and disenfranchising and demoralizing. Yeah, that's the word, demoralizing. To sit here every single day, ring them up, ask them to contact me, and then basically say, now we don't want to talk to you. We've hired a judge. That judge is now gonna lynch you, and all we need you to do is now partake in a court process that is known to be fraudulent and corrupt. And what we want from you is we want your compliance, and we don't want to give you an answer. We don't care about what's happening. We'll torture and murder in order to sustain our status and standing, and we don't really care about anything you have to say and do. Just making a whole complete mockery of the legal system, justice, impartiality. It's all just a big facade. Now 121 days later, what am I supposed to do? They're basically staging events, setting me up in order to frame me or entrap me into committing an act of criminality. In response, they're basically gauging me and waiting and antagonizing me to respond with aggression or with something unlawful, so they can then capitalize on that. All I'm trying to do is remain calm, cool and collected. I mean, clearly, and not break any laws, because that's what they want. They want to antagonize me, do something wrong, and then sit back and wait for my response, and then capitalize on my response. I'm not so stupid to fall for that trap. I've fallen for that trap so many times before. I've wised up. I know exactly what they're doing. As it presently stands, they've got nothing on me. If they had something on me, they would have charged me on the first day. They've come into the house. They've seen what kind of debilitated state it's in. They've got nothing on me. And now, 3 months later, they said, oh, no, we need to further it by 7 days. And then, no, we need to further it by another 3 months. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting on their ass, waiting for my family to deteriorate like this. And this is not the first time they've done this. They've done this many times in the past before. This is what they do. They do acts of aggression, instant acts of aggression to destabilize the family, and then to sit back and watch the cards fall, and then they come over as the heroes, trying to bring a solution to a problem that they themselves have created. Now, I have no idea where my brother is for the last 121 days. I'm leaving. I think I've left about 98 messages to his social worker, 58 messages to the city solicitor. It just makes no sense. You know, I'm leaving definitely messages on a daily basis for them to contact me, to tell me where they are. I mean, it's just like a broken record. I'm sat here basically just wait. This is just now a prison. They've imprisoned me and they've imprisoned my brother. They've ripped us apart. For what benefit? Because they knew the fact that they were failing, miserably failing in providing him with appropriate level of care, and I was independently documenting and auditing what was going on, independently having it documented what's going on here, and they didn't like that because they know they can't do the jobs properly, and therefore they've taken my brother now. It's very unlikely that I'm going to see him ever again, because that's exactly what they did in my mother's case. That's exactly what they did in my brother's case, older brother's case. Just killed him off without letting me see him at all. That in particular circumstances, it taken them 3 months, 3 months to isolate me. But he was a very vulnerable person. They stopped me from seeing my brother Nazim, and then within 3 months they killed him off. They took 128 days, no, 134 days to kill my mother off. And now I don't know, God knows how long they're going to take. It's already been 121 days that they've abducted and kidnapped my brother, holding him against his will. And everybody's just sitting back now, just saying, well, I'm going to raise a complaint. You were the one that was raising complaints. Well, you told me to raise the complaints. You told me. This is why it's so frustrating, is that they told me to do all this stuff, expecting me to fail. So they set me up to fail, and when I haven't failed, then they're obviously setting me up to fail again and again, and trying these tricks and blaming me. There's no blame on me at all. I've been sacrificing everything in order to resolve a problem that nobody in society is looking to solve, namely how to deal with adult social care in the face of cutting budgets. But it doesn't even matter about money. The government's doing the right thing. Just cut the money off, because giving them money is not going to resolve the problem. It's just due to incompetences and malevolence. These people are acting with malevolence. They have a disdain and hatred for disabled people and ill people. That's what it comes down to. As psychopaths, they have a disdain and contempt for disabled and evil people, disabled and vulnerable people, and so they are put in charge of caring for them. Why should they be put in charge? They don't have the ability and means to do so. But they are getting the money, and therefore, once they get the money, they need to justify it. It's just very, very terrible. I'm just broken. They're trying to psychologically torture me and break me down, because they can't do the jobs properly, and they're just giving me the silent treatment now, expecting me to crumble and fall. And that's what they did last time. They kidnapped my mother, kicked me out of the house, and then tortured my mother to death. And now they're doing the same thing with my brother, torturing him to death. And the reality is that they're sitting back laughing like Riley, saying, look, there's nothing you can do about it, because we bought off the police. The West Yorkshire police are in our pockets, the courts and tribunal services are in our pockets, and the judges are in our pockets. So what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? All right, if the courts, the judges and the police are all in their own pocket, they can do pretty much what they like, isn't it? It's like they're a law unto themselves. Nobody can say or do anything, and they continue to peddle out these lies and deceptions. It's just very, very frustrating. Now, today is Thursday, the 7th of December, and it's been 121 days. My brother was taken on the 8th of August. So tomorrow is going to be exactly 4 months to the day, and there's nothing I can do about it. They're saying that they've got a criminal investigation going on because I was neglecting him. I was neglecting my brother while you were accumulating all his finances and refusing to engage with me, or refusing to resolve anything as a local authority. It's just purely, absurd and pathetic and very, very contemptuous of what they're doing. And then they just compartmentalize everything and say, no, it was not me, it was him, and just make me run around in circles. To frustrate me and antagonize me, and at the same time exploit my labor and exploit me and victimize my brother and victimize my parents, and all because of racism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, all because of their own incompetence. And it's very frustrating, and it's wet and cold outside, and I'm kind of like, gets dark very early. I miss my brother deeply, and they're not letting me see him, because this is just another means, and a means to psychologically torture me, because that's the only way they can get a victory. That's the only way they take pleasure in watching you suffer and degrade and humiliating you, while they all hide behind the corporate veil, making decisions while protecting themselves and having anonymity and privacy, whilst looking to expose your privacy and undermine your dignity. It's all a facade, and it's all very tiring. It's like every single day now for 121 days I've been trying to engage with the police, trying to tell them, look, if you've got an investigation going on, I will cooperate to bring about the complete the investigation quickly, so this issue can be resolved with. But no, they don't need to do that. They need to sit back 6 months to investigate what come in the house, you've taken all the photographs that you need to. There is no investigation. It's just the investigation, the criminal investigation, is a tool or a mechanism for them to achieve their objectives. And it's just so sickening and tiring, having to deal with the lies and deceptions of people paid in positions of privilege and authority, prostituting out their services. And it's just so exasperating, and it's very tiring. As you can see, I'm very tired and exasperated because there's no resolution, there's no way to resolve things, there's no appeal process. It's basically the local authority makes a decision, and that decision needs everybody else stands in line to have that decision made. But they can't resolve, they can't do anything of competency. They're just incompetent people looking to cover up their own mistakes and failures. It's just me just ranting and raving now. I'm just going to stop it here. It's just another day, pretty much the same, ranting and raving, trying to find some resolution to get my brother, and they're looking to isolate me, keep me tied up in legal proceedings, so that they can continue to state that they are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. Very tiring, very exhausting, but I'm not suicidal. I'm obviously very depressed that my brother's been taken away from me. What do you expect me to be? Do you expect me to be overjoyed that my brother's been taken away from me like this? I'm obviously down and disheartened, but I'm not out yet, and I'm not suicidal, and if any harm comes to me, it's as a direct result of the local authority plotting and planning, conspiring to achieve their own narrative, all kind of pathetic and despicable and diabolical. We'll just end it there. Allah Hafiz.